And Verdi was right in the chat. We definitely caution against doing that, right? Because we don't anything really want traders to anything to do kind of market order, unless you are trading something completely liquid, like SPY or like Apple or like some name that's really liquid, right? You can be a little more aggressive in your tactics with something like that, but putting in an option order, a conditional order that may trigger and turn into a market order, very scary, very worrisome, and it makes our red flags go up because, you know, it could be wide. An option, you know, the market could go wide and you could get a horrible fill, and that's what we don't want that.
Right. Right now we're in a pretty relatively safe underlying. We're looking at Apple, which we all know is extremely liquid, and the bid ask is 1 penny. But let's look at a conditional order. Let's say we only want to buy an option. Right now I picked the 109 bid. That's fine.
Yes.
Just use the 109 call. And I only want to buy it if the stock, for some, you know, for me, maybe there's a charting point that if the stock gets to 109.25, which is maybe an old resistance number, then I want to go ahead and buy that option.
Right.
Now I'm going to buy it at the market. Well, the market means it's 1 penny above the bid, so market to me is kind of okay.
Much less, almost no slippage in Apple.
How would I do this? I want to buy that to market, this option market only if the stock is 109.25 or higher. So again, I'm going to go to that little icon here, right there, and go to the condition. And here's your condition, under conditions. And you can, your conditions can be, if you check this, now you can start putting in, well, I only want the order going at certain times, and then I want to cancel it at certain times. Now this can be effective for people who say, well, listen, I want to buy it up to a certain point. I want my order in there to buy, but listen, after a certain point, take my order out. Take my limit order out because I don't want, in other words, maybe there's an earnings announcement or something could be coming up and I don't want to have my order working at that time. So that could be one condition, the time that your order is in force. The time it goes in, the time that you want it canceled, or just in, right? So in other words, submit my order after an earnings date or something like that. The other one is, like we're going to do is, well, I want to buy an order, an option at the market that's based on a stock price. So that would be down below where it says symbol. Now if you just click on symbol underneath, it's going to put Apple in there because it knows you're looking at Apple underneath here. Now the method would be, if you click under your method, what do I want to use as my trigger? The bid price of the option, the ask price of the option, or the market? We'll go with the market. That's
Sure.
2.5.
Mid-market.
Right. Mid-market. Now, when do I want this to trigger? Well, I want to, remember we said only if the stock is at or above a certain level. So let's put that in. At or above. And what did we say the price was? 90, I think we said 98. We said 109.25. Let's just put that in. 109.25. And we'll hit enter. All right, now let's go back here and get this back down. Okay, we'll save that. And now take a look at this. Let's look at the order description again. Wait until the following condition is satisfied. That the mark of the security, the underlying security, is greater than or equal to 109.25. Now, until that point, this order will show a wait condition on its head. So it'll be waiting. Right? Really a market order yet. It's waiting. Then, submit the order to buy one apple, 26th of August, the 109 call at the market. That's when that order goes in. So that shows you that, okay, got it. So I will only buy my one option that we picked in here, that we put in, if Apple is at or above 109.25. And there you go. So now you can go ahead and tie an order to an underlying stock and the time or date. So I'm going to save that. Now it doesn't have to be a market order, right? I mean, I could say put in a limit order. Put in a limit order.
Now I like it. I like this much better when your condition is triggering a limit order. That makes more sense to me.
Let's cancel everything else out. I mean, same process, right? go ahead and purchase that same order and say, okay, I want to pay a limit order based on, click on the button, go to condition, same thing, go through the process, Apple, method, we'll use the mark, at or above, and of course we set our threshold level. Doing some weird things here. Doing some weird things, but let's see if we can get our threshold. We might have a little bit of bug in this thing on the paper money, but so I'll just backspace it. There we go. So let's use our same number, 109.25. Alright. 109.25, and we have a limit order in there. So now if you go back and take a look, you can have a limit order. You can change your limit order to whatever you want. So you might even think, well, if the stock gets up to 109, 109.25, I'd be willing to pay for that particular option maybe 60 cents. But that's it. Now I've got control.
Right.
If I get filled at 59, great. I'm willing to pay 60, but if it takes off, I don't want to pay 70 or 80.
Right. Even if you would put that bid for that option through where you think the offer, the ask may be, you'll still never pay more than that limit. And that's what I like about that order. Right? You still control the maximum price you would pay. Right? And I think that's the proper way to use that condition, is to have it trigger a limit order where you're willing to buy it no more than that price. Right? That's when I think that you're using that condition at its best.
Or like our Googles. Remember the bid ask was so much wider?
Right.
So now you're just going to say, well, listen, I'll be willing to pay something a little bit above the average of the fair value price. So maybe that option's worth $1.50. I'll pay at most $1.60.
Right. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because even that, at least you're limited to where you would pay, even you know where your max level is, where you would get in. No higher. Right? You could get filled better, but you wouldn't get filled any higher. You wouldn't get the market went wide and you got filled at $4. Right? You wouldn't get one of those scenarios.
Kevin, I know we're running short on time. Let's go through the buy custom order.
Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of
We got
advanced
just
stuff.
around 3 minutes.
Oh, let's knock this out in 2 minutes. It'll be no problem. So instead of just left clicking on the ask price to create a buy order, I right click on the ask price and I want down to buy custom with OCO bracket. Buy custom with OCO bracket. And this kind of builds a 3-step trade for us where we can, if we're not even here and we just want to put in our parameters and say, listen, we want to buy Apple if it gets down to 108.50. And again, I don't care if that's today or tomorrow or next week. That's where I want to buy it. I'm going to change that to GCC because it can be any day. Now, at the same time, if I do buy it at 108.50, I think the stock has a good chance to make a 5% move. So what I'm going to do is say that, well, I think it could move, let's just say about $5. So I'm going to say if it gets up to 113, I want to go ahead and sell it. And again, I want that to be GTC too, because I don't know when it could be up to 113. On the other hand, if it gets down to 107.5, which is $1 lower, maybe that's, to me, a support number, I want to be out. So I'm going to make that GTC as well. Now, if I go ahead and click on that order, from this in, take a look at that. We've got ordered by our stock. Now, what are these other two ones? We have 2 and 3. Well, they're both based on what? They're based on the first order, because it says right here.
Right.
Triggered
Sell that option, if it gets up to that level, or a stop. Is that a stop limit?
Yes.
A stop limit to sell it out.
At 107.50. Actually, no, that's a straight stop. So basically, this order, if you think about it, could take care of itself. So it is people kind of refer to this as a self-contained order.
Right.
And the final step, of course, 2 and 3 will cancel each other out, whichever one gets filled. Obviously, we would like to sell at 113, but if our stop triggers, it will cancel the limit order. So either way, it works all by itself.
Right. So we're going to wrap up our show there from the San Francisco Money Show. Kevin Hinks, Scott Connor will be taking a few minute break and then coming back with Technically Speaking, and then the plunge at 12:30 Central Time. So for Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, Silent Ben, SLS, we'll see you in a few minutes, everybody.
All right, see you soon.